Fanatically correct. Brought to you by us, fans like you, but mostly us.
In a dark corner of the world, three men will work together to bring you a podcast like no other. This is Fanatically Correct, where the fans, the geeks, and the nerds are always correct. With your host, MSK, Yo Peace, and Omega.
All right, guys. Well, this week we're going to try something a little different. Doctor Strange is coming out this week in about 4 days, and Moon Knight is also... season finale of Moon Knight is already ending. Wow, that's crazy. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a little flashback episode that we never aired. This is from the Sunrise City Comic Con from 2021, where Yopis and Omega attended live, and I was GODing it, guy on digital. And yeah, we were talking about Marvel. And at the time, Loki had just finished. We had not seen... Falcon? No, we saw Falcon already. What's the other one? Hawkeye. I knew it was a bird. Anyways, yeah, we hadn't seen Hawkeye yet, or Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man movie. So, yeah, we didn't talk about those two, but I figured let me air this now because Doctor Strange is coming out, Moon Knight's coming to an end, and why not? So sit back, relax, and listen.
So I don't know if we want to start with most recent and work our way back. I kind of want to. Is everyone caught up with What If? Anybody?
Yes.
Anybody
yes.
with a no?
Yes.
What If?
One no.
You have not watched What If yet? Oh, okay. So so we won't spoil.
2 no's. We won't spoil.
But Disney Plus did release on Wednesday What If. They had their Captain Carter episode, which you've seen in the trailers. And what I was saying earlier. Well, I'll let one of you guys just give kind of like a brief non-spoiler.
It's just it's pretty much what the title says. What if this would have happened to a character, which is Captain America, and you go on from there, and then pretty much it's Captain Carter, who becomes
Peggy Carter.
Captain Carter,
who becomes Captain Carter, and it's very. I liked it.
Well, my co-host,
I liked it.
who are now suddenly being nice, took the time to rag on Captain America, the first Avenger film. I straight up will tell you. Yeah, by saying that this showed what a good movie that should have been.
This show would have been the better version for Captain. Yeah. Well, you know what?
No, not the Captain America, but
not
just
the Captain story.
The way they told the story
wise would have been much better for the Cap.
What out the gate? They rushed the story.
They did such a good job summing up that story in that episode in Captain Carter.
That movie was not good. Let's just be realistic.
See, but this is what I feel, and this is what they're doing a lot. What Marvel, in my opinion, is doing. You watch Thor, Thor Ragnarok. Actually, to go with the series Loki, and the series Loki makes you go, all right. I kind of like some of the things from Dark World now, and Marvel has a good job, a good way of. Oh, we have WandaVision.
Did you just say Dark World?
Yeah, hold on a second. We have a Scarlet Witch in cosplay in the back, and it turned out she rocks the drums. You're the one from School of Rock. She watching Scarlet Witch destroy the drums to Zombie from the Cranberries was awesome.
Here's our problem right now. We got Scarlet.
Oh, we got Scarlet Witch and Agatha in the same audience.
And
I don't want this to turn out into a full-blown fight right now. So just sit down.
This is going to get very interesting. This is our problem right now.
Okay, do a wish we had CGI fight.
It's the universe.
Just a whole lot of...
It's the universe right now. We're in it.
We were literally right in the WandaVision universe. This just happened.
We're being controlled. We're supposed to be podcasters.
We got a Spider-Man, and out of nowhere, Luigi is also in the Marvel universe. Oh, that's good. Spider Mario, even better. That needs to be a thing. So what I'll say, and that's what I was saying with the Dark World. They do that with films, and with What If, the first episode, the Captain Carter episode, I went. In my opinion, I'm glad I saw Captain America: The First Avenger because I caught all the Easter eggs. So not to spoil any, but if you remember well, the Captain America: The First Avenger, you noticed the things that they nod at from the film that they changed, and you noticed all the Easter eggs and storyline change, and
you'll hear
it's interesting. We don't want to ruin it because not everyone's seen it, but personally, I do like the Peggy Carter becoming, the captain in this story. But actually, what I really love was they could have easily just killed off Steve Rogers,
Right.
But I'm not
Spoiler.
saying they should have. But since it's an alternate reality,
Spoiler.
I like what they do
That's just
with
still a
Steve
spoiler,
Rogers.
though. Yeah.
Well,
It's a spoiler.
They should have spoiled it.
everyone's seen the trailer. They know.
No,
what
but
happens.
they don't know
That's
the
not in the
story.
trailer. That thing is not in the trailer.
But yeah, it is. I don't know
No.
what trailer you watched, but what they do with Steve Rogers in the trailer.
No.
But I do like the story they give with Steve Rogers' alternate situation, Bucky
There you go.
alternate situation. There's many alternate situations, but you still have the core relationship and things that the movie gave you, and just all the important factors in a
And the
different
best
way.
part is how hardcore Carter is, and
She's very hardcore.
she is.
Yep.
She's written so much better as a character for that.
Yeah.
I mean, hardcore.
She wasn't bad in
hardcore.
Agents. Well, what is it? Not was it Agent Carter?
Agent Carter.
Or whatever. She had a series which actually wasn't bad, but it was told in the same format of Agents of Shield, so it really didn't take off and like gain traction to be a real
Network
canon thing.
format.
Yeah, but I feel like that was the most recent thing we got from Marvel. I really enjoyed it. Before that, we got Black Widow. I don't know what's the overall
Who's
opinion
seen it?
of Black Widow. Clap if you liked it. All right.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Overall,
Okay.
people enjoy Black Widow. I hate it. No, I'm kidding. That'd be a great way to go.
That
It
would
was
have been
one of the
great.
worst Marvel movies.
No.
I think probably
it's
everyone can
not.
agree with this. And I'll see my co-hosts. I think they overall felt the same way. That's a film that unfortunately was very affected by its timing, its release timing, and the fact that all this Disney Plus stuff had to happen before it. I feel like the step backwards that we would have gotten right after Endgame, that was just so massive, even though it's a prequel and it kind of feels like, because we did get right after, what was it, Spider-Man No Way Home. And then we would have had this step back to this, Far From Home. The No Way Home's the next one coming out. Spider-Man Far From Home. So then we had this step back, and I think it would have worked better if it did get the liberty to be released when it was supposed to, and not be affected by how shockingly grand the Disney Plus series are to the universe of Marvel, that it felt like too much of a step back now. Exactly. And that's the thing. What Falcon Winter Soldier, and everyone in here apparently saw it. So in Falcon Winter Soldier, the post credits from Black Widow, it didn't have as much oomph because we already kind of knew about it. It's like,
Exactly.
yeah, it was like, we knew this was going to happen. You know? In fairness, what I did like about it a little bit, and there's a continuity thing that my co-hosts have an issue with. I'm actually more excited for Hawkeye because of it personally, because I do want to see the situation of that the sister's the villain. So that's to me going to be, because she's not really a villain, and Marvel loves making you understand or siding with the villains. Look what we just had with Loki. Yeah. So I feel that I'm excited for Hawkeye for that, and I'm also looking forward to see. Probably most likely the outcome after that is going to be a relationship between the new Hawkeye and the new Black Widow. It's kind of what I'm looking where I think they're going to aim with, which Black Widow and Hawkeye is a relationship we've always had in the Avengers. So it makes sense that the new Avengers would have a Hawkeye Black Widow relationship. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that too. And everyone caught up on Loki. Anybody not seen? I think we're good. Okay, so we're gonna start diving into that, because a lot of what we're about to say, like Young Agenda, also Secret Wars, and that's
very secret.
Gonna feed off of a lot of things. Secret Invasion. Sorry. Well, you have Secret Invasion, but then we also have Secret Wars, which is all the alternate reality heroes. Yeah. They have not, but there's a lot of hints towards that.
It's coming,
especially with Loki.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
So I feel out of everything the most recent, and we'll see applause. We had. Well, let's just go over the track. That's why this panel is 2020 and 2021. We had the start of this was with WandaVision. So round of applause if you feel that was your favorite thing of Marvel right now. That's
not your favorite if you saw it. Maybe not your favorite.
Yeah. Well, I'm just in comparison.
I see what you're doing.
WandaVision versus Falcon Winter Soldier. WandaVision. Applause. Yeah. Falcon Winter Soldier. Then we have, let's go Falcon Winter Soldier Loki. Let's go Loki. Who applauds for Loki? I'm gonna get real controversial. I'm gonna get real controversial in a second. Loki versus Black Widow. Loki, applaud.
Yeah.
And now Black Widow, applaud if you think that was better than Loki. I know I'm saying controversial because it's a hard comparison because one's a movie and one's a series, but because everything,
Widow, that movie was 2 phases too late for me. It was a good movie and it was entertaining, but I think she deserved that movie in phase 2. She should have got a movie in phase 2.
In between the actual movie.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Right.
Between right. Actually, right after
Endgame. Yeah.
Right after
Civil War and Avengers Infinity War.
Yep.
Yep, I agree 100%, and that would have been awesome because it also would have made you like, maybe we don't need to jump to Infinity War. Can I get one more Dark Avengers? Because that's kind of like, I mean, they're on the run, so to kind of get they had to have gotten into something.
Yeah, because now
Steve Rogers got all dark, grew a beard.
The problem now that I'm seeing is where did the other widows?
Where were they?
Where were they?
Why weren't they at her side? She was wearing the vest.
Why were they not?
She was wearing the
I mean, it
vest.
kind of.
Am I digging too much?
We already saw her death, right? So it's kind of like,
yeah, but he's saying that that's the continuity issues when you go to Avengers Infinity War, when she goes to Wakanda to help fight with Captain America and the Falcon and all that.
Exactly.
Where are they? Where are all the Black Widows that they just,
Maybe they were in the back. Let's just say they were in the back.
they're in the back.
The only connection we got is we know where she got the
vest. There was a lot of psychological things that happened to them, so I would understand that why they wouldn't even participate in anything.
They were going through some psychological things.
Yeah.
I get it.
So
personally, out of all of it, this is my personal. I love WandaVision. I love what WandaVision is doing for the next phase of Marvel
Movies.
and what it's setting up for. Me personally, out of everything we've had so far, Loki.
Yes.
Personally, hands down.
100%.
yeah,
I got Agatha agrees with me. On my side, I'm a Loki guy. I think that has done such a great setup for everything to come with Marvel and things beyond that. And I also feel that it was just such a different show. WandaVision a very close second, and obviously I think Scarlet Witch and Agatha agree would probably like it first. But well, not Agatha. She agrees with me about Loki. But
She's Loki.
But I'm totally. I got to put my Loki horns on for the rest of this podcast.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go. So we have Scarlet Witch and Agatha both took Loki overall.
They need the Loki horns.
they didn't even like their own show.
They need their own Loki horns.
So,
They need.
God, what is your take from all the recent Marvel properties, from WandaVision to
think-
Falcon to Loki to Black Widow?
I think Loki so far is the best out of the three series. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier would have been up there for me if
T-Fat was?
the whole pandemic didn't disrupt that production. A lot of storyline and a lot of things had to change for that series. So I think right now Loki's on top. Falcon and Winter Soldier had a good premise, but it kind of fell flat toward the end. And WandaVision was just great. WandaVision was, I mean, that's second for me. So
I'm going to keep saying, I really hope in the next Captain America movie that they do that I get what I wanted from the series, which is I want a good segment of Winter Soldier flashback situation. I was really hoping that in the series they would have given us like an episode, maybe even 2, of like a flashback episode of.
They needed 2 more episodes.
Yeah,
I think.
and I got that one scene which really tied into the one character that he was trying to make amends to, that he befriended, and everything about. Yes, the Chinese guy who killed his son. Yeah, and I we got that one scene to build towards that relationship, but that took me back to like, man, like I want to see a whole. And then after the episode where he's in Wakanda and they're breaking him, the beginning of that episode is incredible, of Falcon Winter Soldier. So again, we're not saying like, oh, these other shows are garbage compared to Loki. Like, no, everything's great. Just Loki's just another level of what our expectations were going to be. But in Falcon Winter Soldier, the episode. You were saying?
I'm sorry. And to add on to Falcon and Winter Soldier, we needed at least a flashback of Isaiah Bradley being that Captain America.
Yes, I agree with that too. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I feel that series had the potential to be a great show if they also didn't stick to the 6 episode format.
Right.
And they would have gone, you know what? We'll do 12 episodes of this series, and we'll take a Bradley flashback episode, a Winter Soldier flashback episode, and I wouldn't mind also a Sam Wilson flashback episode when he was in the Middle East and he was an enlisted soldier full time, because a lot of that played into his character. And then even a flashback flashback episode of the what is it? American Agent that he ends up being at the end. You know, the replacement Captain America.
U.S. Agent.
Yeah, same US agent. Same thing. Like this could show that could have really benefited from a whole episode dedicated to one character. Yeah. I agree, but they're not gonna. We're gonna go into a Captain America movie, and then we already know in that situation, at best, we'll get 15, 20 minutes of a flashback, maybe, but it's gonna be about connecting to the other films, a big bad that they're gonna take on.
It's gonna be Sam Wilson, 100%.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, but it's just not gonna be what we could have gotten from the miniseries, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree with that, but
that show didn't work for me at all.
You were Your piece was very disappointing.
I'm being honest. That show,
I was a lot less disappointed with the Wakanda.
Almost didn't finish that show.
Yeah, for me, like I was starting to get at in the beginning of the episode where he's in Wakanda, and they show him being broken of his of the mind, the brainwashing that he received as Winter Soldier, which also made me like, man, I want to see a flashback episode to see because he was suffering. I mean, that was a moment where they gave Bucky Barnes and they gave the actor the opportunity to really give us some drama. Because you see it in his, like, he did such a great job.
That was my main problem is I had no Winter Soldier story, and I got mainly a character that I really don't care about.
They didn't have enough. I mean,
I don't care about Falcon. Like 100%, I don't care about Falcon at all. Like I don't care about that character, and I feel like they just gave me too much of him, not enough Bucky and the. Man, even the villain,
and what hurts too is
unless, and I know production changed it all.
Yeah,
but even the villain just did not work.
Zemo?
No, well, I mean,
no, U.S. Agent.
Yeah, U.S. Agent changed so quick for me.
Yeah, but at the end, he wasn't a villain. They did Martha, and we're cool now.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're cool now.
Yeah,
not the change of him being from good to evil, but from being evil to good is what changed.
Yeah, but like even then, okay, I mean,
last episode,
I enjoyed it, but in fairness, the things that I can understand what people didn't enjoy about Falcon and Winter Soldier, and one of those things is example of that. It's like he's a villain because he killed the guy who was part of the group that killed his friend.
Right.
Yet, like in the first episode, Sam Wilson killed a bunch of people, and Captain America killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And Winter Soldier, yes, brainwashed, but he killed a bunch of people. So to be all right, like, oh, this guy killed a guy, he's a villain. Like, well, then you all are like some serious villains.
Somebody was recording.
So it is the kind of the double standard that the audience, like, you just forget that. Don't pay attention to that and just feel this way with us. Again, in a 6-episode series.
It's hard. It's hard to write.
It wasn't working. So I can get, there was a lot of disappointment for it.
They did a pretty decent job considering the production.
No, and then I feel maybe, we don't know what Feige, we don't know Marvel, they do a lot of smart things. Maybe we're going to get we had the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, then we get Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Maybe they're going to give us Captain America and the White Wolf, because Winter Soldier really got screwed on still being called the Winter Soldier, the thing he does not want to be known for, the thing he's paying amends for. And,
or at least change it to Bucky, right? Like
or at least Bucky. But I like the White Wolf. That's what the Wakandas called him. They're the ones who broke him from his brainwash. I love the fact that they didn't tell him, hey, there's a way we can dismantle your arm.
That was a cool scene.
Like, is like, and it goes to show, like, I like, and unfortunately we won't have, T'Challa back. But the Wakandians, like how they do things, like, yeah, we're going to help you out. And they have that Batman mentality, but we still don't trust
you. Just in case.
Now, we still don't trust you. Bucky, we're going to have this thing that we could take that arm away from you if we need to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, God.
I'm saying with Bucky's relationship with Wakanda, he'll probably come back in that series.
Yeah. No, and just like he said, he was talking about Isaiah Bradley, same thing. With a flashback episode, we could have gotten that relationship between Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier, because apparently he's the one who took his arm.
Right.
And like, I would have liked to see that. Don't just say that to me. Disney, you got the money. Give me the episode.
No, they won't. It's only 6 episodes.
It was excellent. Yeah, it's just saying they did things, but unfortunately, it's also.
That's another DC crossover too.
Oh, another actor that switched over from
so many of those nowadays.
But yeah, so we're also looking at, and that's the problem too, is like Loki's so damn good, WandaVision's so damn good. It's hard for these other shows to hold up, and I think that What If is having a good shot at it is because it's animated. It gets to be just grand.
Mainly is
you
because
can do a lot with animation.
You can do a lot.
And it's fun seeing all these actors do voiceover work. To play their, bring back their characters.
This is Chadwick's last role.
It is.
In What If.
It is. So. Is that next week's episode? This week's episode coming up? Is it the?
I don't know.
Wakanda Star-Lord. So yeah, that's
Way
gonna
to
be
bring down a room.
seriously.
God.
See, I know. Of
Sorry
course,
about that.
of course, God would depress
about
us.
that, guys.
My goodness.
For those who are understanding, God, God, guy on digital. So that's
Just
why
guy on digital.
that third voice we were saying.
Not that.
What was that? I'm sorry.
No.
Recast? No, I think that's fine. I think there's plenty of room in the Marvel universe to move on the storyline. I bet though they really regret that they killed off Killmonger. And now
They regret that
Yeah.
since that happened.
And I know we're gonna get something with him in the What If, which is gonna be very interesting because that's basically gonna be the story that we maybe could have done. Technically it's Marvel, they could bring him back. I say some deaths are permanent. We're not getting back a Black Widow. I don't think we're getting back this universe's Gamora. Yeah.
Well, after suing, for sure, she's not doing it.
Yeah,
anymore.
for sure she's not gonna make it.
Yeah, well, for sure now, yeah. But I don't think we'll get back this reality's Gamora. And maybe they play with that a little bit in What If also now. But I think and Quicksilver, that death was permanent. What a horrible, terrible tease that was for the fans in WandaVision.
Yeah.
Terrible. I mean, I liked it because it was a fan service nod. Like, hey,
I loved it.
we know you like this Quicksilver, but no,
Yeah.
not doing it. But or maybe they do later. We'll see what happens with all this Loki stuff, and that's really what I like about Loki. They just went.
You know what I also didn't like about Winter Soldier?
Oh wow, here we go. This is the Winter Soldier complaint episode.
I'm still there. I'm sorry.
what else didn't you
I'm
like?
sorry. I have like this delay in my head, and
It's
I
too
keep
long of a
thinking
title?
about things.
Is that it? The title?
No, it's not even the title.
it's not like
It's what they did with Sharon Carter.
Yes. Well, that they made it so
That's not that
predictable.
interesting, though. That's
No?
pretty interesting.
Huh?
Yeah,
Because it might not be her. It might not be her.
No, but it's just so.
the power broker.
Come on, man. It's Carter.
But yeah, my only issue with it was how predictable it was. That you already knew that.
Like we knew
That was predictable,
that
yes.
she was or isn't whether they right, but
I like sharing this. I like sharing this spoiler thing. Does everybody in the room know the flip phone spoiler theory? Well, okay. Well, this is gonna be fun. I like sharing it whenever I can because it's true.
Share it.
It's so true. Apparently, Apple and some other like Android have major phone companies have contractual agreement that when their products are shown in films, it can't be a villain using their product. So when you watch specifically like Marvel movies, all the good guys have iPhones, and when you see some generic flip phone, they're going to be a villain. And this came out that I found this and read this was right around the time that Falcon Winter Soldier came out, and sure enough, she had a flip phone. And by the end of the series, she was the villain.
I think that happened because on the series 24, the villain was always using like a Mac.
Yep.
Mac. Yep.
Yeah.
So there was a new contract thing that came out, and a lot of people were able to theorize like, good luck disproving it because it always works out. And I mean, what's going to happen now is I think it's going to be blatant enough that they're going to start giving flip phones to heroes. So you're like, why is Steve Rogers using a flip phone? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be like, why? You know, you're just going to start thinking that, like, why they got this? You can't afford iPhones. Like, well, because they want to throw you off of the code.
Just get away from phones and just use your.
Yeah, I think it's interesting they went that route. Yeah, they're gonna have to go grander in Captain America 4 with a villain of some kind. Obviously, they'll bring back Zemo. They're obviously building towards. Well, that's the other thing with Black Widow is building towards Ross and his team. Maybe we get a Red Hulk. Who knows? We got so much coming. Yeah, of the things coming. Okay, this year we have left Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings is next.
Yes.
The Eternals and Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. But then technically, Morbius got bumped to next year now.
Yeah, we're not getting.
So
Morbius
Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Is that gonna connect the way Morbius is to Spider-Man? Is my curiosity. So now I don't know whether to think Venom counts as a Marvel thing or not because that is part of the contract, the new contract with Disney and Sony.
It's there.
Venom is in there. So I feel maybe we luck out, and since Venom does come out much sooner than Spider-Man,
and this is why
Far
they
From Home,
pushed,
I think Tom Holland.
Morbius.
I'm calling it now. I think Tom Holland's going to be in Venom. I think there's going to be a cameo of Spider-Man.
I think it would be a post-credit type situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Things are going to go crazy in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, because Spider-Man Far From Home was ending the year.
Wait till Doctor Strange comes out. That's
exactly. Well, after Loki, we already know it. And then the first time I've been excited for a Marvel film not giving me a post-credit and just words being the post-credit was Loki. When they said Loki coming back for season 2, I'm like, yes. because all these other seasons are like, yeah, I don't think we're doing more seasons of this. This is it. That's all you're getting. And with Loki, like, yes, I want more this Loki.
Right.
I want this story, this, Tom Hiddleston, dialogue episodes and dialogue scenes. And I love the actor that, played, a version of Kang the Conqueror is looking good. He's a great actor. If you've seen Lovecraft Country on HBO, he's a good actor. He's a completely different character than what he played there. So he has range because he's going to play different versions of Kang the Conqueror, most likely, in season 2 of Loki.
This is the nicest version of Kang. So
exactly.
That's what we got.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
Yeah, which is basically
Which he said it in the dialogue.
Yeah,
he said it in the dialogue.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what he said. Good luck what you do. And man, I thought it was great. I mean, I really love what they did with Loki. I really love the storyline. And in 6 episodes, they did such a good job. They did such a good job.
Which goes to show you that it can be done
in 6 episodes.
Like they actually did it with 6, and they just
Yep.
whether they rewrote or they didn't.
But it's a lot easier too when
Falcon,
you can.
I'm gonna give Falcon. The problem is he's taking a really big mantle. Loki is still Loki.
Yeah,
Falcon's taking over the Captain America mantle. That's
it's
hard.
the actor. Also,
That's hard.
It's the actor and the character that we fell in love with in the movies, and he wasn't really that much in the movies. Like technically, he's not really that much in the movies.
He's in them enough. Well, he was in Thor Ragnarok, plenty.
Yeah, but he was. You know what I mean? Like he's not really that.
He's not the main. He's not. He's just a part of a sidekick crew. He's not one of the main guys. But
I mean, I love everything they did. I love where we're going with it. I love what's her name? The female Loki. Yeah. Sylvie. I love Sylvie. It's a great character.
Oh yes. I think she was the best character.
Especially us being here in Florida, Alligator Loki is the bomb.
Always.
Me and my co-host that's here with me live, Yopis, we've been looking so we can buy those Lacoste.
I can't believe
Gator
Lacoste
Loki shirts.
did that.
I know. It's genius. That's actually Lacoste. It's legit. Lacoste actually made them.
Smart is what they are.
I so want to get one of those. I love Alligator Loki. He's the Groot of the series.
Amazing, by the way.
The what?
Classic Loki?
Yeah. Classic Loki got so much pop when there's people who dissect like on TikTok and different things that were dissecting the theory of and it gets deep about why that Loki was able to like create an entire their home world. And the concept of his memory, he was alone for centuries on a planet, and everyone said that he probably was make believing and trying to make his own world through his magic to not feel alone.
That's the Loki that would have survived in Endgame. Like that's the future Loki.
That is the future Loki.
Exactly. Yeah. That is an acceptable future Loki. So it was great. And then the kid we didn't get much out of, but we got enough. He's like, I killed Thor. Like that's straight up. Like
that's enough.
That's the young child version Loki that killed him.
He just straight up killed him.
Straight up killed him.
That's enough.
It's dark. It's dark and it's great. So, I mean, I loved everything they did about Loki. It was such a great put together package. It has the grand scale everything else had. And only, I think probably the reason it has the most edge is the most recent, because WandaVision was great too. And I mean, we have 2, cosplayers in the audience, and thank you for doing that. Great costumes, great series. And they did the same thing. And we know we're looking forward to Doctor Strange because of WandaVision.
What I enjoy about Wanda was obviously the TV shows, man. Like they did that so well of all the decades and the different type of styles of TV shows.
I agree.
That a lot of people grew up, even I grew up watching them, whether on the reruns at Nick at Night, and it was really good.
I feel fortunate. I don't know if everyone in the room had the same, because it depends if there's any generational gap or whatsoever. But as a kid, I grew up on Nick at Night, and I was like, and actually my co-host, the same thing. We have these conversations all the time. So I did watch I Love Lucy, The Honeymooners,
still watch
the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah. Still watch it.
I still watch that stuff, but now Nick at Night's like Friends and like Seinfeld and like but which I watch those shows too, huh?
That's very strange to me, watching Friends.
I know, because I'm like, I'm not that old. But, so I watched those shows, but then I also watched Malcolm in the Middle. I was fortunate that I watched every generation of show that WandaVision did. So I enjoyed every episode. I enjoyed yes, I want to see the next version of it. And actually it was pretty funny because my co-hosts here I've seen them all, but I don't watch them over and over and over and over. But my co-hosts, both of them, are big Office fans. I was surprised they took a nod at The Office.
Yeah.
Because in my personal opinion, that's not a family show.
It's a terrible opinion
It's
of
not.
yours.
I'm not saying not family
terrible
friendly.
opinion.
I'm saying it's not a
think that's a bad
family. The
opinion.
father, the full house,
It's a
the
family.
You know, the marriage,
It's
the
a-
kids, the
it's a-
neighbors.
Listen,
it's not
when
that.
you go to work
It's
with
the
your
office.
you know what it is? That you work for yourself. When you go to work, when you
work
go to
in an
work
That still
with
doesn't defend
people,
WandaVision using it.
listen to me. When you go to work with people, they become your family.
Yeah.
Vin
It's
Diesel
true.
over here.
All right,
Dom.
family.
Especially in an office setting.
Especially
like
with
that,
a
you guys
cubicle.
could relate to
Because
an
we're
office,
cubicle wars. Because we're family.
right?
No, but but it works because it was also the same generation, which they did in that episode a lot of the Modern Family, which is the testimonials and all that. So
Right.
I mean, that worked great. And then I believe that was the episode that ended with her
whole
finding
thing.
out.
Yep.
Yeah, and that with Agatha and everything. So yeah, it was. If there was no Loki, WandaVision by far would be the best thing. And maybe if they came out like back to back. Like in other words, if they would have skipped, which would have destroyed Falcon Winter Soldier, not made it as enjoyable at all, or Black Widow for that matter. But if Loki followed WandaVision, I don't know what my decision would have been then. I pick Loki now very easily because Loki is the most recent, and I tend to like the more recent thing in my head.
I don't know. I think you still would have picked Loki.
I think so, man. I love
Probably would've-
Tom Hiddleston dialogue, man. It was good, even though the ship of Theseus scene between the two visions
That was very deep and great
The
too.
last 2 episodes of WandaVision
Were
were
sick.
written
Were
very
sick.
well. Like it's very
Yeah.
well written.
I agree.
The dialogue. So
Now we have it, and I'm gonna tell you right now, we gotta have this. I don't care how they do it, but they can tie in with no problem. I need a Loki Vision dialogue scene. I need to see those two characters somehow interact in all this whole mess because we've never had that.
I'll make some smart and witty. That's going to be a very hard. Whoever's going to write that has to be
Yeah.
very.
I want to see how
Witty?
they would do that.
Very witty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a very smart.
but as
Yeah,
two incredible actors doing some good dialogue scenes as those characters, I want to see, especially now because Vision is the white Vision, the very unemotional. I don't care about anybody.
Yeah.
You're not my
I think the
children.
grass will
You're
have
not
to
my
be
white
the
Vision.
writer of that. No,
So we can have another theory thing. But
Yeah.
Loki's not a theorist. He's intelligent, but
I know.
he's
He was-
conniving.
so is the grass. I think he will be the only.
But yeah, Loki's just the villain you
I
love
don't
to
know if you
hate.
could write Loki, man, but
And I have a set of horns. I got to put them on. But my favorite thing is that easiest cosplay costume now is Loki variant. You just throw some horns on. You're done.
And I'll have to throw it out. Probably the laziest one too.
And that's why I like lazy costumes personally. Personally, I give so much kudos and credit to those of you that make costumes and wear them all day and set them up because it takes effort and work, and that's why the cosplay community is very respected, especially in that manner. I like lazy costumes. I can't commit to
play
it.
as out of shape Thor and a variant Loki.
Yes,
there you go.
thank you, Endgame, for that of making a lot of people go, I can be Thor now.
That could be Thor now,
I can be
easily.
Thor now.
You could be
Get my hammer.
whoever you want nowadays.
Yes, you can, but it's also
That's true.
everyone's a variant now. In fairness, it's Loki variant, but now it's like everything's a variant.
Yeah.
Maybe wrong addresses the COVID bacteria virus and then put V on the back of it because it's a
Loki. Oh, that is clever.
Oh wow!
There's
No,
never
unfortunately,
too
it's
soon.
right timing. Not in our podcast. It's never too soon.
Never too soon.
Yes, Scarlet Witch.
I mean, all fairness, this morning I was just wearing this hair on the gloves and I had neon and I was one who played drums.
That was
See?
awesome. That's a variant. God, variant's so easy. That's the best thing about Loki, actually, that I like. Is
It's
like,
easy.
and you can just be a variant. And the thing is, like, in fairness, there's always been mashup. And we've gone to a lot of cons, SuperCon, MegaCon. And you always see like the cosplayers that do mashups, and they basically do their own variants or
So deep and
multi.
so
whatever.
hard,
Yeah,
like-
exactly. And now it's all fair game. It's all canon now.
Yeah.
Yes, G4.
The only problem with variant is that in Secret Reign Empire cap is technically canon in the MCU multiverse. Blech.
Who? Which cap?
Secret Empire, the Hydra cap.
Oh yeah, he did. Yep,
Yeah, he
Hydra
doesn't
cap.
like it.
Yeah, Hell Hydra. I did like they did that nod in Endgame. Right? Was it Endgame? Yeah, where he did the Hell Hydra in
Yeah.
the elevator.
That was a good scene.
That was a little
I
cool
think
nod though.
Captain's
Much better than we all live in a reality.
Captain's elevator scenes have always been great.
I have always been good, yeah, from the very get go.
Always. From the beginning.
Yeah.
Whenever he's in an elevator, something's gonna
Hell
go
Hydra.
down.
And then they
Someone's
just
gonna
like
go.
let him go. That scene was very good.
So yeah, so of everything that is coming, what is the audience looking forward to most? Is it's I think it's going to be easy. Spider-Man, I guess, is going to be the big one.
That's a lot.
So yeah, plot of the thing you're looking forward to most is Spider-Man: No Way Home. Well, of this year, of 2021.
That's fine.
Yeah, because Doctor Strange is a 2022 release.
Yeah.
So you got to give him
almost for those of you that were here for our DC panel. What I will say is I'm very interested to see the Eternals because, like I said about Guardians of the Galaxy, which we talk a little bit more about. It's something I have no expectations. I didn't follow those comics at all. I have no concern with it. So entertain me and show me what you got. I have.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Was that?
Neil Gaiman's reboot a couple years ago. Probably going to follow that.
Oh.
He did a reboot. The version of Jack Kirby stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
They did like a reboot a decade ago.
Yeah.
Where they all lost their memory and they all lived a long time. And supposedly that's like what the basis is for the movie.
For that one.
And you know, Gaiman as well?
Well, but now we'll see on our Marvel talk. Yeah, I'm gonna see Eternals. What I do like is I am actually kind of looking forward to Shang-Chi to see what more stuff they're gonna bring us with by seeing everyone's seen the trailers of Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. Okay, and everyone's seen the most recent one that shows a little character in there by the name of Abomination. So like same thing that happened at the end, the post credits of Black Widow. I'm like, okay, now I really want to see She-Hulk.
that's coming though.
Exactly, because I know they're gonna bring him in. It's Tim Roth is casted, and they're already showing he's a thing.
Yep.
And what's gonna be interesting about it, and it makes sense. I'm kind of already digging deep. It's She-Hulk. Mark Ruffalo is also gonna be it as the Hulk. They're gonna have the two of them tag team and fight Abomination because this Hulk is not as tough. Sorry, I think that the merged Hulk. I mean, in fairness, they didn't give him enough pop in Endgame. He got very little Hulk, but I don't think too many people were interested in seeing that version of Hulk. I agree 100% with Valkyrie, where like I think I preferred him either of the two ways.
Yeah,
I have a problem with Hulk in Endgame, but I'm not.
Well, your problem is different, and you don't want to get into it.
Oh,
yeah, we're not gonna
that he didn't take Black Widow's death.
Right.
He did not. Yeah,
he threw a bench, man.
Should have.
He threw a bench.
Impacted him a lot.
He
more.
showed his emotion. He threw a bench.
Yep. That's
that's it. Like a 2 second. I mean, Black Widow got the short end of the stick in that.
And
movie,
she still didn't get the deserving.
Yes,
funeral.
I'm gonna tell you that's my concern. The biggest problem I have with Black Widow, and that's why I like the movie, but easily I'm like, yeah, Loki is the best thing this month, not Black Widow, was because of that. Because they had so much opportunity, even if they didn't give her the Avenger funeral that she should have gotten because they gave it all to Iron Man and she actually sacrificed herself first. They could have given her the Black Widow funeral. Like they could have had in the post-credit scene, not just her sister, all of them.
Yeah,
all of them show up and give her some type of oomph, or even better,
go out like a Viking, burn her down to anything.
Something cool. Like, hey, she like killed herself like in the middle of it for very little credit, you know.
Yeah. And you know what? That's the scene in Endgame that really kicked off the ending portion of it.
Yes.
So when you get that Hawkeye, Black Widow scene, from there on out, that's where Endgame really picked up.
It is.
You know,
that's the third act. That's the start of the third act and everything.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think they didn't give her the send off like they gave Tony Stark. You know, they gave Tony Stark the biggest send off because
which is
Robert
okay.
Downey Jr.
Like,
it's fine.
give him.
But Black Widow didn't get anything.
Right.
You know? So
no, and I feel that all the fans, we all theorized, like, okay, because they're going to take care of that in Black Widow. We already knew going into the movie, like she's getting a prequel. And what's sad is like it's one of those, and it was kind of like the Quicksilver, the theory of like, oh, he's going to be the new Quicksilver from now on, was that. And I fell for it. I'm 100% someone who fell for it because I had no clue that those little red vials were going to be cured to Black Widow brainwashing. I was like, yeah, those are Pym particles. This movie's going to be awesome. Like I was thinking, like
time traveling.
Yeah, and the working theory, I'm like, and I still feel that if they would have done that story, it would have been a better story. The theory is like, no, she had one return vial left on her. Halfway through the fall, she goes back, rights her wrongs. Double sacrifice, knowing she still has to sacrifice for everything to happen, goes back to her falling and die, and basically would have seen her die again. But that would have been, I was like, that would have been awesome. I'm like, if that theory turns out right, and then every time everyone showed in the video was like, what's this red vial in her hand? I was like, it's Pym particles. Like, holy crap, this theory might be correct. This might be the Jon Snow, is half Targaryen. Like, the fans got it. It's a thing. And then, like, no. I'm like, oh, as soon as they saw the thing, like, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
They weren't going to do time travel.
This is not that story at all. This is not that story at all. But, and Taskmaster, so we still have that character. We got another villain that's going to go lead towards the Ross. What is it? Ross's, General Ross's, what are they called?
That story was...
That superhero anti-hero group. Anybody know what the name? I can't think off the top of my head now. Ross's Rockets, or what is it?
I don't remember.
I can't remember the name of them now. But yeah, obviously it's going to lead to that. I just don't know that's probably going to be Captain America 4. We'll get that with the Ross and the Hulk.
Just kidding.
You're not watching. So yeah, any other expectations?
The Thunderbolts, by the way. That's the group.
Thunderbolts. That's what it is. I was saying Rockets. The Thunderbolts. Actually, it's 5:42, so we'll start wrapping up the Marvel panel. Go ahead.
Yeah, the theory is they're going to get Abomination and all these other characters together to make the Thunderbolts in the MCU.
So their own Suicide Squad.
Yeah, because
their own Suicide Squad.
Yeah, because we already have the sister Black Widow. Then we have
the sister
officially recruited U.S. agent.
Yeah,
so that's two already recruited.
Exactly.
No, I think it'd be Thunderbolts.
When I think Thunderbolts, I think of Croods. Isn't it Thunder Sisters or something like that?
Oh yeah,
Croods 2.
Yes. Yes.
Wasn't it Thunder Sisters?
I think it is the Thunder Sisters.
Yeah.
Zemo. Yeah, Zemo also. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel it's going to be not the Dark Avengers. I think and with Taskmaster as well. I think it'll be the Thunderbolts is what happened. So they're villains who think they're heroes. So kind of like the
Suicide Squad. Okay, cool.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
All right.
So we wrap up every episode. Sorry, go ahead, contribute, please.
Jet ski.
Yes.
Of course.
I have never wanted to see Owen Wilson on a jet ski so bad.
Of course.
Like, seriously.
Like, why didn't they even finish with that?
Like, seriously, they should have had that scene.
Give him the jet ski.
I want to see how he got taken. Like,
now, I wonder, was he making jet skis? Was he?
He's a jet ski variant. That's the weirdest thing. That's his variant thing.
Was he
jet skis?
Was he?
He was a surfer.
Was he a surfer?
Was a surfer in his old. Yeah, he had to have been some sort of surfer.
Was he renting Was he renting the jet skis? I don't know. I want to know.
The jet skis.
He rented out jet skis.
I don't know.
In Miami.
He was in Miami. He was a jet ski. You know, like those.
He was a jet ski.
Those Centaur commercials where the guy's like half motorcycle.
Yeah.
Half whatever.
And they're looking at their other friends.
He's half jet ski.
He was half jet ski.
Half jet ski.
Now I really want to know. Thank you for
the
that.
top half or the bottom half?
Yeah, we don't know. We'll figure it out.
Which half is jet ski? Well, in every episode we wrap up, we do what's called a nerdcessity, which is one of the hosts or maybe audience member recommends something that we feel is
Marvel?
a necessity to be a nerd or a fan, or I don't know about Marvel based.
It doesn't have to be Marvel based. It could be anything you like.
It doesn't have to be
you
on
recommend
topic
that no one has
from
seen
the series. But I always want to like lean towards the topic because Marvel's on my brain now.
Superhero based, you could do. I don't know.
Superhero based, Invincible. It's all adults in this room.
Yeah,
I could do.
Wait. Almost.
That's a very popular pick, though. I think
he can watch
Almost.
See, his dad's a little strict. No offense. That's kind of a good thing. You want to raise a good, wholesome kid. But just like, yeah, if he's like, I don't know if he's an Invincible guy. Invincible's good, though. It's real good. Has he seen it?
Yeah,
okay, so then we already know.
Nope, no
we already
Invincible.
know the kid ain't watching Invincible.
Yeah. that answers it all.
I'm gonna take off my co-host. How about Jupiter's Legacy?
Jupiter's Legacy.
Jupiter's Legacy. Actually, we have what's coming out soon. I'm just gonna go with
the movies.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna just go What If. I'm gonna say you.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it,
see What If. And I think the good thing about What If is if you're not caught up with.
We gotta know.
I got one. You know what?
I got back there.
Oh, there we go. MSK to the rescue. What do you got?
I got one. Nerdcessity, our coverage of WandaVision in our previous episodes.
Yes.
If you guys want to check us out on Spotify or Apple Podcast.
There you go.
That's very weak game you got going on there, sir.
Weak self-promoting.
Hey, man, we have to do it.
Promotion. But that was good.
Divulging promo.
We got to self-promote.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
So I had one no for What If back there. So
What If? Hasn't seen it yet?
There you go.
You can't. See what we were talking about earlier about the people who like that. Yeah. I like it because it's different. It has that unique coloration to it.
I want to know, am I the only grown up that loves all this stuff? When I talk to all my
No. I'm a lot older than I look.
You are not.
He is a lot older than he looks. Yes.
You are not. Nope.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they'll
I get it.
And then they'll give Fast and Furious a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Right.
That's what we have to deal with.
You like that smartphone? You can thank a nerd.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
Always.
Now,
That's the thing. We've talked about this. How like at least when we were growing up, how hard it was to be a nerd.
It was.
Like
It
really
was.
hard.
Like in fairness,
buying a comic
for
book.
for cosplayers. I mean, I know it's got to be like to cosplayers a little upsetting to those of you that prefer the craft of making it yourself and
Right.
doing yourself. But like you can buy like any costume now,
Yeah,
like pre-made. It's gonna cost more,
you
but
can get it.
and it'll look half decent. And now you don't have to go to thrift stores like Hot Topic, Spencer's, like
Right.
take a pick.
I mean, it was really hard.
it's
Now
like,
it's like we said, it's cool now to do this.
It's cool to be a nerd.
It is.
But before it was
Like cons, you had San Diego Comic-Con and like Star Trek conventions.
right,
Here we are. This is a city of Sunrise. This is a community con.
right.
So it's to the point. It's not even like promoters making money and get like this is the city of Sunrise. This is a community. This is not for profit. They break even. They're happy. This is community con. That's where it's at. We got SuperCon coming next month. I mean, that's what we were telling DC Douglas and Aaron and Dismook earlier. The two Q&A guest panelists we had. It's like if you come to Florida, you used to stay here all summer and just like. You're good. You'll have a con every weekend.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And it's that because the nerd culture is just, it's blowing up. So, no, you're not alone at all, especially when you come, to places like here.
At all.
Yeah. Mature woman.
Yeah. No.
Nah,
Not at all.
Nowadays, no. Couple of years ago, yes.
And people discovering that, like, I have this, like, some of my friends, I do fantasy football. I'm going way out there because I'm going to tell you this. Fantasy football is Dungeons and Dragons for jocks. It's nerdy. It's very nerdy.
That's the new nerd.
It is. It's Pokemon. It's Yu-Gi-Oh. It's Warhammer. It is just with actual sports, and it's the same concept. And I feel like shows like Game of Thrones, even things that aren't like you would consider nerdy, Breaking Bad, all these series. Everyone just realized because that all nerdism really is, and that's why we call the show Fanatically Correct.
Right.
And when you listen to one of our episodes, you hear we say where the fans and the geeks and nerds are always correct. And the reason we say that because it's fandom. That's really what nerdism is. It's fandom, and everyone is a fan of something. And then when you realize that when you fan out about something, like we're all in that. We might not have the exact same stuff that we fan out about, but we all have something that, I would like to wear that costume, or like, I watch that show religiously and I've seen it like 3 times already. And like, everyone has that thing, whether it's a certain movie, a certain show, a certain video game, a comic book, collectibles. I mean, everyone collects Funko Pops now. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? Like I say it's disgusting because it's breaking my wallet. Huh?
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap.
Still.
Quantum Leap.
The greatest show.
Still the greatest show.
Yeah. Yes. For this crowd, please
Sam Beckett,
check out our
he's the
episodes.
best.
Smash the like button, subscribe. Also, we have time travel episodes. We do Western episodes. We did Westworld, we have Stum in the Tank that my co-host here and I that's here with me, and our editor. And God, he edits all of our episodes. We had an episode that's still not out yet where we just talked about different swords and shields from movies and TV shows and anime. Like we talk everything, but Quantum Leap is something we brought up huge because we talked about we'll do like different means of time travel. We did that at SuperCon, and it's an episode we have there. We just talk about what's the coolest way of time traveling. Is it the TARDIS? Is it a tree? Is it a notebook?
Is it a phone booth?
Is it a phone booth? Yeah, DeLorean. That's a given. And then we'll talk about like best time travelers. We have an episode. That's one of our episodes. Best time travelers, and of course Scott Beckett. Quantum Leap. Of course, Sam Beckett. Sorry, Quantum Leap. Like of course, that has to be. So we love doing this stuff. And we just it's a hobby. We do it for fun and the support we get, and we love it. And it's great stuff.
Thank you.
And anybody wants to keep nerding out, rocking out tonight? Again, Flynn's Arcade. Only $10. Play all day. Thank you everybody for joining us. Appreciate it so much. Have a great weekend. So now to close out the podcast, this is Omega saying peace.
MSK, peace out.
Yo, peace. Pete us.
All right, guys, there you have it. That was our flashback episode from the 2021 Sunrise City Comic Con. And a couple of new updates. We have, not new because Omega brings it up every episode, but I'm not the guy that usually does this. So, yeah, Sunrise Comic Con, Saturday, August 13th, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come join us. Fancor is going to be there, me, Yopis, and Omega. And, you know, it's gonna have a lot of stuff. It's going to have cosplay contests, artists and authors, panels and demos, you name it. You name it, it's going to be a bunch of cool stuff, just like last year. And you could get the tickets on sunrisefl.gov/Comic-Con. So, yeah, hope to see you guys there. We will be pumping out new episodes, hopefully, regularly. We have a couple of shows that we are excited about to talk about. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little flashback episode. Hope you guys have your Doctor Strange tickets, because it's going to be wild. Watch Moon Knight, enjoy the MCU, and yeah, this is MSK. Peace out.
And there you have it, folks. This has been Fanatically Correct. Until next time, you crazy kids. Signing off.